Hey, the dude that eat ass, can you come put these plates on my car?
That's how you gonna start out the YouTube video?
That's fine. Keep that in there.
Welcome to Two Women,
2 opinions.
with your girl Marty and Taj.
My bad, y'all.
Episode 2, y'all. That's how we started off.
Live on here?
Not yet.
There we go.
That's how we started off today.
My bad. Y'all ain't need to hear all that. It was a moment.
It was a moment.
I was trying to get my plates put on my car.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Two Women,
2 opinions.
with your girl Marty and Taj and this beyond.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We just want to know, like, how was y'all weekend? Like, let's start by saying, how was everyone's weekend?
I had an alright week. No, I quit my job. I quit my job on Saturday, but other than that, I had a productive ass weekend.
I mean, I can really say I had a great weekend. It was kids' birthday parties.
Yes.
My house was full of children. Like always, it's like always kids over here, and I don't even have kids. That's what's crazy.
Right, and you always got a house full of kids.
So yeah, my little cousin's fifth birthday was here this weekend, and she's like a huge fan of mermaids and stuff. So it was mermaid balloons. That dang old balloon was as big as me.
Girl.
Shoot. So I think that was pretty dope. Having a family around, keeping a family around, definitely at times like this is like so important. I think with COVID and stuff, we kind of forgot how important family was.
Yeah.
And you see, it's like we get to see each other. We be like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in 2 years. That is rare for us. Like when we was kids, we was around our
kids,
family.
It was cousins all over the place.
Yeah, it was cousin here, cousin there. Like, and that's why when I was watching a TikTok thing and they was talking about, I guess it was like a white thing, and they was like, y'all friends with y'all cousins? And then a black girl responded was like, friends? That's damn near my family member. Like, that's damn near my family member. I'm like, oh yeah. So welcome again, everybody. We just about to share the live, bring y'all in and say a little nice little thing here. So make sure y'all sharing the live. Make sure y'all tapping the screen. All that good stuff. The show starts in like 4 minutes, but we'll start a little early. We just got to share this shit real quick. Share this spoon thing.
Yeah, my weekend was productive. I had a nice little self-care day with the kids on Sunday. I'm trying to teach my girls at a really young age to take care of themselves because I don't feel like anybody really taught me how to take care of myself. So the last year, I'm really relearning how to feminize myself and really be a woman in my own shoes.
I feel like that's something that a lot of people fail to realize, that, you know, our parents worked a lot when we were kids. We was able to be around family, but a lot of our parents worked a lot. So I feel like, yeah, I really didn't have that for real either. You know, my big sister, when I got older, I got to learn from, you know, friends, you know, becoming a teenager. And when you start your period and stuff, you learn from friends and stuff how to do stuff. And then your friend look at you a certain way, like, what the fuck did you just do? You like, huh? That's what I was taught. You know, like, so I feel like that's
those people that don't flush the toilet paper after they wipe their ass, they toss it in the trash. Did you see that shit?
Gosh.
I was like,
people are so disgusting. What
do you mean?
I can't with the nasty people. Okay, like
what do you mean you don't flush? We don't flush toilet paper. We put it in the trash basket. Like
you ain't like that shit. Huh? You ain't like that.
Girl,
shit.
Hell no. I flush my toilet paper.
All right, guys, so as you guys know, my name is Marty. You can find me on different platforms. My business name is Famous Gems with a Z. You can also find me at Marty Margello on different platforms. Miss Summer on my broadcasting platforms. And where can they find me? My
name is Taj. You can find me on pretty much any platform at Taj Wild. That's TAJWILD, because I know some of y'all can't spell. I ain't throwing no shade. I just know some of y'all can't spell. And then on Facebook, you can find me as Taj Wilder.
She threw shade
Taj Wilder. That's just Taj Wild with an ER at the end, all right?
All right, so let's go ahead and get it cracking today. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And if you do have a small business, do not forget to send us the information, because we do have a small business shout out segment.
Yes.
Each and every Thursday we in this thing. All right, let's start this off with this, because I kind of want to get it out the way. That's why I made it the first story, because it's really sad. Keisha Cole, if you guys don't know, Keisha Cole's mom recently passed away at the age of 61 at her birthday party in Oakland, California. Sad things But the good things that was about it that I think was good, she was surrounded by family, people that loved her. When we first went over the story, Keisha Cole hadn't responded yet, but now she has responded. And her response is, this is so hard, man. I can't really even find the words. Shake my head. I honestly don't even know how to feel. You can never prepare for something like this, ever. But you will be missed. It's crazy because for weeks, I've been quoting you from the goose that laid the golden egg that to calling Neffy's shoes slow burners, because they were brought scuffed up already. Your humor was unmatched, naturally so funny. That's what I love about your personality. All we did shit, this shit gotta hurt. I gotta read it. Come on, get it together. All we did, I created this post to show show my love and appreciation for your life. And I would like to thank my fans. Oops, sorry guys. That's when the show really supposed to start. Sorry, y'all. And I would really like to thank my fans plus supporters. Shoot, all these hard times, and the love that you all have for us. The love for all the children was definitely felt. When I said all you want is to have all of your children in one place at one time, that meant the most to you, and I'm completely down for that. For you, even though our differences, we love you. I love you so much. Frank the Bank. That just gave me chills while I was reading that. Sorry, y'all, I was a little scuffling through that because I feel like
it's tiny text.
It's tiny as hell, but I feel like it was really touching. Like when we touched on it, when she first passed away, we kind of gave that without even knowing how her response was going to be. It's kind of hard, but all this stuff that she kind of went through with her mom, she could only really look at the good times. This is really not the time for you to be looking at the bad things that happen because she's gone. And you, first of all, let's just say shout out to Keisha Cole. And shout out to Frankie. Her ass was crazy and funny as hell. And I love the way that she was herself on the show. Even though so many people had so many negative things to say about her, she was still herself.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't prepare for a parent to die. Like, you just cannot.
Yeah, that's something no one prepared. Like,
I ain't ready for none of that.
Yeah, you don't just like a parent don't prepare for their child to die. You that's just something that you don't prepare for. So definitely shout out to Keisha Cole, and her family is definitely in our condolences. So we're gonna keep them uplifted because, like I said, this is definitely nothing you're supposed to go to.
Mm-hmm. So our next story, in 2017, there was a black cop. He was undercover at a protest. As y'all know, they were arresting us left and right during these protests, right? Arrest this man. Comes to find out he was an undercover cop, and they beat him. Not only did they beat him, they smashed his property. And now now these cops are back in hot water because the story has been brought back up again because these cops, this isn't the first time that they've done it. So here's the story. We're going to play it for you guys.
Undercover police officer was basically beaten up by his own colleagues during a Black Lives Matter protest in 2017. Now, he went undercover, and so did another white police officer from the same department, and the outcome of this story gives you a sense of how profiling and prejudice really works. On September 17th, 2017, Detective Luther Hall was working undercover during a protest for Anthony Lamar Smith, a black man who was shot 5 times by cops in 2011. Hall, who was dressed in plainclothes, was mistaken for a protester by his fellow policemen. And so he was not only arrested, his cell phone was destroyed. They took the chip out of the cell phone and they proceeded to beat him to the point where prosecutors got involved in this case. And now there are some consequences for the officers who played a role in his beating. So here's some photos from the prosecutor's exhibit in the case, and it shows you how Hall was beaten. You know, his lip is busted. You can see some of the, wounds on his body. Hall was documenting the protest with a camera, and that's when he was detained and beaten, had his cell phone destroyed, and was finally arrested by fellow members of the St. Louis Police Department. Hall immediately underwent multiple surgeries following the attack by his co-workers and still suffers from permanent neck damage. Now, since the victim was a cop, there were actually some consequences for the cops who beat him. For instance, Dustin Boone, a former cop with the St. Louis Police Department, was found guilty Thursday of depriving his injured fellow officer, Detective Luther Hall, of his civil rights. The deprivation of rights under color of law is a felony civil rights charge and could put the ex-cop behind bars for up to 10 years. His sentencing will take place in July. We don't know what his sentence will be just yet. Boone also, by the way, has a history of violence against protesters and racism. In 2017, he allegedly slapped a case suspect in the face and sent officers text joking about it, saying the suspect, quote, got his eyes widened with a little slap from a white boy, LOL. And there were two...
So the crazy part to me is that these officers who did the beating, right, whether or not they knew this man was a cop is irrelevant. These cops have already had a history of doing this shit to black men and women. So why weren't they pulled off the force a long time ago? So it comes back to those kind of stigmas. They didn't care whether or not that man was an officer or not, because like I said, that's irrelevant. Mm-hmm. They just saw a black man at a protest and they beat him. And then they beat him so severe because I want to see the man what he looks like unbeaten.
Right. Yeah. Because
you see how swollen his face was?
Really swollen.
Yeah. So it's just like when do we really start having these hard conversations about law and order here in the United States? Because right now the only people that are under that stigma is people of color.
But what's the harsh part about it is after it came out that it was mostly white officers starting those protests when the police brutality was happening on George Floyd. They had video footage of the actual officers taking off the uniform, covering up their face, and starting the riots themselves. So when you know that, and if we got the information, they're brothers in blue. They knew before we knew that it was them starting the damn riots. So if you know it's your people that's actually starting it, I feel like it's kind of cliche that you just go beat them knowing that, oh, we started it, but let's still beat the shit out of them because let them finish it. It's all fucked up.
I just find it crazy that, I mean, we're talking about this. This happened 3 years ago, and these cops are just now getting prosecuted for something that happened 3 years ago. Like, where was the justice for this man? And at that point, if I was him, I wouldn't even want to be a cop anymore. Like, I would just lose all faith in the system.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to come in and keep clocking in for people that are supposed to be my coworkers, people that I'm supposed to work with.
People that's supposed to protect you.
Like, and whether or not y'all knew I was a cop, I was at a protest because I believed in something. And y'all beat me for that. There was no scuffle. There was no nothing. There was no evidence that this man provoked them. So they just picked a man off the street and beat him.
That's
it's exhausting.
And that's what you. That's when you come to realize where it's like they still was going to beat him whether he was a cop or not. So now that they found out he was a cop, it's like, oh, we done beat a cop.
I think the only reason why the case is even being taken seriously is because he is a cop.
Yeah.
Had this had been any Joe Smo black man, we probably would have never heard about this story. But because he was a cop,
because many people
it's
got
a hot
beat and
topic.
Stuff. We went to the protests out here in Las Vegas, and as we were protesting, don't get me wrong, some people was throwing like water bottles and stuff, but then they said stop throwing the water bottles, and the people stopped, but they still sprayed us with gas and started shooting us with the. Oh my God, it was so bad. We started running back to the car, and we couldn't even find the car because they blocked off streets, so we had to go all the way around to figure out where our car was. And come to find out, we was literally standing right in front of it. We just couldn't go that way, or we couldn't go that way. We had to keep going around. And if y'all know downtown Vegas, it's one-way street.
Yeah.
It was so scary. And it was peaceful. As you know, when it was happening, Vegas really didn't have a lot of stuff that was torn up. So it was not a lot of riots. It was more protesting here anyway. So I didn't understand why they feel like they should have escalated it to spraying us with
I just think there needs to definitely be more conversations about police brutality. I mean, I know it's been a hot button topic for the last couple years, but it needs to continue on. Like, we need to keep having conversations about stuff like this, because if not, when are these people going to get justice, right?
That's a fact.
This man waited 3 years to get his justice because this story was just not popular when it came out.
All right, so I was actually going to talk about something else for my next story, but I'm going to continue with the police misconduct.
Okay.
If you guys follow the Shade Room, shout out to the Shade Room, and shout out to the Young Turks as well, because that's where we just got that video from. We definitely shout out to people where we get our information from. But continue with police misconduct. If you guys seen on the Shade Room page, it was actually a police officer that got caught throwing drugs in the backseat of a car.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really crazy how our justice system is so effed up that you really can't trust anybody. Luckily, this young man was recorded.
And not only was he recording, he was on live.
He was live. And so I'm just going to play this small clip from him talking to the officer after it happened. And this happened in Caladina. So yeah, they're conducting an internal investigation about the situation and everything. But here's a clip from the video of this young man recording the officer throw the drugs in his backseat. Like, this the world we live in, guys. So yeah, I'm not fucking surprised.
Hey bro, what's that?
What's what?
That you just threw in here.
What's the one word?
I got you on camera, bro.
I got you on camera. We're all good.
Hey bro, you just threw that in here.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he said yeah with such confidence.
And then the guy posted, he said, first time ever seeing a cop try to throw something on me just to get a reason to search the car. He didn't even know I was recording. You can tell he was nervous. So when the police officer said, oh yeah, I'm recording too, he was talking about his body cam. But his body cam wasn't even turned on. And this is something that we need to really put our finger on. Is I feel like when we pass these laws, we give these different states and senators and stuff the option to whether they want to turn on the camera or not. Every state does not have to turn on the camera until they actually have a reason to, like when they're doing searches and stuff like that. I feel like as soon as the sirens go on, that they have a call, that camera should be turned on. Period, point blank. Because of things like this. If this man wouldn't have been recording, there would be no investigation as to what's going on.
No, because he would have went to jail for whatever he threw in that man's car.
Yes.
Period. There would have been no conversation had he not been on live. Because here's the thing, even though he was recording, as we know, like the previous situation that we were just talking about, the undercover cop that was at that protest, they smashed his phone. So even though he was recording, if you get rid of the evidence, ain't nothing there. Luckily, that young man was on live.
Yes.
So there is no escaping that. There was, I don't know how many people he had on that live, but enough people saw that cop toss the bag in his back seat.
So, and here's the response from the Caladina Police Department. They actually released a comment about the situation. And basically, to really sum it up, it basically just says that they're going to investigate the situation. It's an internal investigation. And they asking for patience from a lot of us for they can review the information. It's like, it's a lot of stuff to review when it's an officer throwing it. But if it was the man that actually, if the black man actually had it, there would be nothing to review. So basically, it says earlier today, the police department made awareness that the police officer threw from the cell phone video through the drugs in the backseat of this young man's car. And now the police officer is on leave. I'm so sick of this paid leave shit, okay? I'm so sick of that shit because when we commit a crime, there's no paid probation. There's no paid EMC. There's no paid on the box. They're straight up to the fucking jail, or you got to pay us to get out of that trouble. So basically, he's on paid leave while they investigate the situation. But it's clearly on camera of him throwing the shit in the man's backseat. Like, it's dead ass on camera. It's already surfacing through the internet. It's already done been viral. The Shade Room posted it. So you know what the fuck is going on. This is where I get really, really mad, because it's like, you guys are acting like you don't fucking see this. It's clearly on camera, just like when they killing these black men, when they killing these black women, it's on camera. We have phones. We have phones now. This shit been going on, but now we got phones. Okay? So I feel like it's really fucked up. But they are investigating it. And I just feel like hopefully they actually, prosecute the motherfucker. Like, I'm sick of that.
Like I said, I agree with you 100%. I just, if this something that we have to press the issue, especially when it comes to these officers. And I get that some people will say the problem's at its root. Some people will say that it's just a few bad apples. I feel like either way, we have to start figuring out a way to reform our justice system. Somehow, some way. Starting with the police officers. I mean, my mom used to tell me that back in the day, like, there used to be cops that walked the neighborhood and they knew everybody in the neighborhood. Nowadays, you don't have that. Cops don't spend no time.
No.
Yeah, police
They're
don't police their own neighborhoods.
That's like someone from over here coming from Summerlin to police this neighborhood.
Absolutely.
That's the
And
whole
don't know
other side of the
about
fucking
this.
state.
Yeah.
I mean, the city. Like,
but I mean, even then, like, you don't even have to live in this neighborhood, but you at least need to know the people in that community. Because then you'll fuck around and arrest somebody's child who could be, you know,
mentally ill. And everyone in the neighborhood knows that this kid sometimes have an incident. And that's happened before, you know. It's happened to where it was out here with a guy, he had a knife, and he's swinging a knife at the police officer, and then they shot him. But it's like, everyone in the neighborhood like, no, he does this, and he's never hurt nobody. We eventually calm him down and get away from him. That's a neighborhood. That's when they used to say it takes a village. It still takes a village to run these neighborhoods. It still takes a village for us to stick together.
We need the police to be back in these neighborhoods. You need to police your own neighborhoods, but you also need to be back in these neighborhoods. You need to start knowing the people in your communities, and it would stop a lot of the stuff that's going on.
True.
And I ain't saying that these cops got to spend every single day walking the streets, but y'all need to get back in touch with these communities.
Let me tell y'all, Taj's comments over here is off the chain on this damn YouTube.
I can't with the ass-eating man.
We're going to read a little comments because I like commentary. It say cell phones
and then the
are
homie
changing
was like, so we just not going to talk about the
police
man
are
that's
getting
eating ass fake
away
news?
with as much. Well, no, that's not true though, Double. He said, this is a great comment though. It says cell phones are changing the social atmosphere. Police are getting away with. They're still getting away with this shit though. It's just we see them getting away with it. You feel me? Like,
it's
now we seeing them getting away with it. Like, they getting away with this shit. They like smacking us in the face.
It's only going to
but
get
they
worse.
locking my boy Bill Cosby up for drugging these hoes back in the day, and they just now bringing that shit up. Like, get the.
Hey, I'm still like, he guilty. He need to do his time.
He did do his time.
And he did what?
As soon as he started crawling into the courtroom, he should have been set free. I'm sick of this shit. These people are literally committing murders and committing crimes right in front of our face on camera. Ain't nobody record Bill Cosby drugged them whores.
Not all of them was whores.
Shit.
Like, we gotta clean it up a little bit. They all weren't whores, okay?
Oh shit. Oh wait, so hold on. We'll talk about it later. So yeah, I feel like the system is a bunch of bullshit, but this is when we talk about important stuff. We joke around, yes, we joke around. There's two women to opinion, but I feel like we go back to how important voting is, because this is your shit. And if I say, y'all gonna get so tired of me saying this shit every episode. Voting is so important. I'm not talking about the presidential election. I'm talking about the local elections. It's so important because the sheriff and the judges that has these police officers come in front of them for these cases and trials are the people that determine what's really going to happen, not the fucking president. Okay, so we need to make it much more important. We need to make it so much more important to vote locally.
He literally testified against himself. He is not innocent.
But yeah, voting is so important, and this is why. That's why we can stop letting these police officers get away with shit. I don't care about the race. They shouldn't be killing blacks. They should be protecting us. Only way a police officer should be killing someone is if it's in the line, if they start shooting at them first. That's the only way. So I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit. I hope y'all voted for Trump.
Oh, fuck no.
Manager in his bitch.
Yeah, we got a spoon bouncer, y'all. Like, he don't play.
So yeah, make sure. Okay, and this is the time for y'all to make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. So if you missed the show, or if you not paying attention, like the booty eaters over here, if you're not paying attention, you can always go to our YouTube channel. It's Two Women, Two Opinions on YouTube, because it is being recorded right now as we speaking, and it is being recorded on a Spoon as well. We're live on Spoon. So if y'all want to download Spoon, make sure y'all come fuck with it.
He testified against himself. He admitted to what he did to a few of those women. I just want you to know that. Like, we don't know all the details, but he admitted it. But he got off on a technicality.
This is my thing. All these bad bitches he had around him, he chose these from them. I'm talking about the mama Hillary and them. I'm talking about the
yeah. You
know
talk-
them. I'm not talking about the bitches that he actually drugged. I'm talking. And then why did y'all wait so long to say something? And women, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna say it plenty times again. Say something when it happens. Stop freaking waiting. Excuse me. Oh, shit.
Say it when it happens. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm very much...
Stop waiting until Bill Cosby go blow. Because he sure seen. He seen
We
y'all.
gonna move on to the next topic because I'm not going to play with them in the comments. I'm not going to play with her. Let's get on to the next. Let's talk about the baby. Let's talk about the baby.
No, it's
Bless
you.
Thank you.
It's you.
Oh, it's mine. Okay, so the next segment that we have, a Walmart employee, right, decided or walked up on a black woman while she was checking herself out. She was at self-checkout. And walked up on her and told her basically, like, I know you didn't scan something. She scanned it. She showed her that she scanned it. The woman walked off. She was agitated, though. So she started recording her, as we do now because Karens are everywhere. So as she was recording her and the woman start to get back and forth. Woman swings at her, of course. I don't know what that is. I don't know why we bossing up on people lately, but she swung on her. Black woman continued to record. But what really messed me up about this story is the fact that the Walmart banned the customer from coming in. There was no action taken against the employee. The woman asked multiple times, or whether or not she asked ignorantly, she asked a few times for her to speak to a manager. Manager never came. They sent over I don't want to call him a rental cop because I think he was an actual cop. They sent over a cop to basically tell her she's not allowed back in that Walmart. I'm like, what the fuck? So now we can't even go to Walmart. Now every time we go into Walmart, we gonna get subjugated to being harassed about theft. Like, first of all, I get it. Everybody steals at self-checkout. But to just walk up on somebody and accuse it, and technically they're not even supposed to. Like, at any time you've worked in retail, they tell you, like, you're not supposed to approach somebody if they are stealing. Just let them steal it. Because one or two things can happen. They can get beat up, they can get shot, they can get killed. So that's why they tell you don't approach somebody if they are stealing.
But that's doing Walmart. Those self-checkouts. Yeah, those self-checkouts, they dead ass now. They got a camera watching.
Yeah, there's a camera pointed at you. There's a camera above.
This lady came back over there because my shit wasn't working or something. I was like, hey, can you come help me? First of all, if I'm stealing, I'm not calling for help. Okay, let's start there. So I'm like, can you come help me? This bitch typed in some numbers and it showed my whole transaction. It showed me ringing on the camera. She was able to look at it while we were standing right there.
But why did she do all that?
I don't know. Like, it was,
Girl.
she just put it in. Like, I'm like, damn, what if I was stealing?
There, right.
What the fuck? All right.
But if I'm stealing, I'm not asking for help.
Right, if I'm stealing, I'm not about to be like, hey, can you come help me steal this shit real quick?
I'm not.
Thank you very much. Look at motherfucker.
I'm just going to steal and walk the hell out.
Right. And then I'm going to just get what I already got. I ain't even going to worry about the rest of that shit because I'm already stealing. Like,
it don't make sense. That's why I literally,
like, I'm asking you to help me steal. Like, hey, come here.
This is why when I got older, I stopped carrying big purses or backpacks anywhere I went. I started carrying small handbags because I noticed when I do, I don't get the let me follow you around the store
they get ready.
shit.
And they fighting. Like, these employees fighting motherfuckers. But here go the clip, y'all.
Here's the clip. We're going to play the clip for y'all.
She didn't stand and watch them, but she just standing here gonna ask me, did I scan my rhinestones? Walmart, this what y'all employees do.
All right, we have a racially profiling Karen at Walmart.
I love these commentaries.
Stupid bitch. You gotta stand over my back.
After asking if a black customer actually scanned her items, she returns for a confrontation.
Don't tell me it's 20 items. The sign say, if you get, you touch it, you back.
Here's the moment where the Karen employee strikes the patron.
Oh, you slapped me? Oh, she just hit me. Oh, you about to get fired. I got that on camera. I need your manager here right now. Go get him. Go get him. Because you just swung on me and I should beat the out of you. I can do whatever. It's a free country. I can film you. Get the away from me.
So the employee justifies her assault on a customer because she was filming the incident to protect herself.
I can film you if I want to. You said, no, I'm not back. If I wish you would hit me again, I'm going to knock her ass out. Hit me again. Yeah, you hit my phone. You swung on me. You should kept your hands to yourself. Yeah. I got it all on camera, so tell your manager come over here.
This is where it takes a depressing turn.
Trespassing?
So if you come back, they don't want you back. They don't want you back.
They don't want me back here and they employee attack me?
Yeah. Well, you know, this is their business, not mine. I have no say over that.
The officer who arrives on the scene takes the corporation's word for it, not the victim.
I understand. That's
I just thought that shit was fucking wild. Like, how do you get banned from a Walmart?
He
where
said, yeah, they don't want you back.
she hit her though. Like, I was attacked by your employee,
Oh
and you're
my
you're telling me that I'm
gosh.
considered trespassing if I come back on this property, even though I was minding my motherfucking business. And this is what we reported last week about the Karen that wilded out in Victoria's Secret. This is literally a every other day, every other week kind of situation. Like, I am tired. I get that, and I'm not, and this is not a racial thing. This is not a black-white thing. I'm just tired of white women feeling like they are untouchable. And then they do stuff like this shit. They buck up, and then when we reacted, honestly, and I feel like that woman reacted the best way she possibly could, because any other woman I know, black women, would have beat the brakes off of her.
I seen myself when she turned around and walked away. I pulled the back of her hair and slammed that big bitch to the floor.
You see what I'm saying?
The bigger you is, the harder you fall. That's what I was taught.
You see what I'm saying?
My mom taught me the bigger you is, the harder you fall. Then you touch me. So they give me all right to defend myself. If I'm going to get banned, I'm going to get banned for a reason. I would have handed that police officer my phone like, hey, record this. Record this. I'm about to wham on this bitch. You crazy as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, any other woman, had that have been my mother, child, she wouldn't have made it out that Walmart. My mother would have been in 2 bracelets in the back of somebody's cop car. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
she handled the situation. Although she sounded, and I'm not trying to downplay her situation, because I understand she was extremely upset. She was frustrated and everything else. But all in the same breath, she handled that situation the best way she felt she could. I'm going to record you. We're going to have this moment. And I'm going to take it to your superiors. And the fucked up part is that she's reached out to Walmart. She's even sent Walmart the footage. She has sent them letters. And they have gotten nowhere with Walmart. So it's almost to say, like, yeah, we see your complaint. We understand you, but we don't give a fuck.
And that,
because we turn out these employees every other day.
child, please. That's the problem. I feel like that's the problem with what's going on now. And like you said, it's kind of like they kind of know who to fuck with. Because even with the old Karens that was messing with the barbecue and all that, I don't play all that. Like, them not the game. They be so calm and recording these people. These people wouldn't even make it to the internet messing with me. I'm telling you the honest
I
truth.
would have went to jail.
These people would not make it to, it would not be another Karen. They won't have a barbecue Karen. They won't have a Walmart Karen. There won't be none of that shit. I was going to take care of it right there. This is the thing. And it's crazy because I'm a broadcaster and I'm always in front of the camera. The last thing I think about when I'm getting into it with something is pulling out my motherfucking phone and recording.
That's the last thing.
Somebody else down the street, that's watching might get it, but I'm gonna handle this right here. We ain't gotta wait till no internet to attack you.
I'd have called her a bitch. She would have walked up on me and hit me. I'd have lost all of my nerves.
It wouldn't have been nothing in my hand. All that shit would have been on her. You crazy as hell. And that's why I'm saying they know who to mess with. Like, they know who to bother. I don't know if they like reading it a fine print on the back of a motherfucker or something.
I got special on my forehead or what.
But it's like they know. It's like, and then people always say like, I got a resting bitch face. Even though I'm the sweetest person that you can ever, like, you are too. Like, we really nice people, but it's like
happy and jolly people.
Yeah, like. But when you see me, I don't think it gives, like, fuck with me. Like, my face don't give, like, come here and come and act like it's something to play with. No. It just don't give that. So I think that's probably what it is. Like, they reading the situations wrong or
she should have got honestly, knowing that I got banned from fucking Walmart, I definitely would have waited outside that Walmart for that bitch to come out of work. I'd have beat the brakes off of her.
Yeah.
We gonna sit here till
like
clock out time.
Yeah.
I got time today. I'd have cleared everything off my schedule. I'm not going to work. I am sitting in front of Walmart till this bitch come out.
I don't need to go to work.
I don't need to go to work. Right. I'm about to sit right here until she pull up out of this goddamn Walmart.
Like, you gotta be crazy to think that the things that they do, it's okay, I'm gonna get away with it. Because I'm the customer. She wasn't even a customer in this case. She was a damn employee. And then the police officer had the nerve to say, these people want to ban you off their property while this bitch is still standing back there running her mouth.
And if you come back, it will be considered trespassing and you can be arrested. Like, you're going to, so I'm banned from Walmart, and if I come back, I will be arrested.
Facts.
While this woman keeps her job. Now, I get it. Walmart is a shitty ass job, and I feel bad for anybody that got to work at Walmart, but to each his own. You don't have to do shit in life that you choose to do or that you choose not to do. Whatever you want to do with your time or however way you make money is on you. My issue is that did this woman get fired? Was there repercussions for her actions?
No.
Because this woman was
She was
minding her
still back
motherfucking
there.
business.
She was still
She's saying that she's
like,
traumatized.
But no, while the police officer was talking to the young lady, telling her that she's basically banned from being there, the Karen is still behind her, like, basically like, water.
I'm not here with nothing.
No, and then, this is the thing. America doesn't appreciate us. And then you got to think about it. We are the biggest consumers in this country.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I shop at Walmart.
I
ain't never not shopping at Walmart. I understand that there's
now I have like boycotted it a few times when it was getting boycotted and all that shit. I didn't do no. We wasn't shopping. We was just shopping black for the time it was a blackout. But it's crazy because that teaches you so much, because I feel like we get so used to how convenient Walmart is and stuff like that. We get so used to that, but it's like
it's got everything I need.
But when we went on the blackout, we found other places, you know what I'm saying? Like, we found better places. We found, right, Target always down for the car.
Target is more expensive.
But Target is down for the car, and that's why it is with us. Like, if you was to open up a Walmart right now, your shit is going to be more expensive because you don't have the slave drive trade like Walmart got. So I feel like that's kind of why Target shit is more expensive, because they not going around kissing everybody ass.
I like Walmart.
Right, but I like Walmart.
He's like, you ain't gotta shop there, but I like. Do you understand that they got
you don't have to shop there.
2-piece sets? I got kids now. They got 2-piece sets for like $7. Honey, they got cheap shoes. Them kids is well taken care of. They stay decked out head to toe. Okay, sorry. I'll try to shop other places, y'all, but ain't no guarantees.
I'm not gonna lie and say I do shop at Walmart like normally, but I'm saying when we did the blackout, I think it's like kind of like when they had the government shut down, and it kind of taught the people that work for the government, like, we really can't depend on this shit. You should have more than one source of income anyways. But when shit like that happened, it kind of teaches you like a survival tactic. Like,
COVID definitely did. I think when COVID hit, I learned
how to not be friends.
I learned how to keep to myself. Well, I was already a loner, but I learned how to.
Shit, I was always.
I definitely learned how I needed to come up with a way to make my own money outside of working for somebody.
Yes, me too.
And without COVID, I probably would have never started my own business.
I think I would have, but it would have been long gone, because I was so used to working for somebody. Like, even at the point where I stopped working for like big companies and started working for like small businesses, and that was like my thing. I was working for small businesses and like black owned companies and shit like that. But it still was like in the back of my head, like, I'm still working for somebody. If I was to not come here for 2 whole weeks, I ain't gonna have no paycheck.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
So, yeah, COVID taught me, nothing. It taught me how to be by myself. Like, I'm cool by myself.
Yeah.
Smoke weed by
myself. Homegirl, you going to have to get your rhinestones from Michael's or, what's the other place? Target.
What
go to Target.
rhinestones?
That's what she said. She was in there buying rhinestones. So,
why
baby.
She just go to Michael's?
Go to Michael's, go to Target, go to anybody but Walmart, because they don't want you there. Fuck Walmart. Okay, fuck them.
They don't want you there.
All right.
Okay, so we gonna go ahead with the big story, because I think we got a good 20 minutes, and I think this gonna take a little bit most of the time up. So I know you guys have probably heard about the Rolling Loud performances and things that was going on at Rolling Loud. It was crazy. It was a huge show. If you know, there was a lot of people performing. Waka Flocka performed. Rick Ross, The Baby, Coyle Ray, and all those people.
We trying to learn her name our damn self.
Let's go in and talk about her, because we can get in with the baby stuff. So basically, what was happening with Coyle Ray, everyone was talking about how she nobody knew what the hell her music that she was singing, because she do have bigger songs that
she has 2 very popular songs out right now
that went big on like
No
TikTok.
More Parties, which are these are TikTok
songs.
So
we can let
No
y'all
More Parties and Big Purr.
This one, this is her song, so y'all know who we talking about, because we didn't even know who we was talking about. This her. So that's her. And then, so when she got to Rolling Loud, she decided to sing one of her newer songs. And everyone was like, bitch, what? What's this? Like the crowd wasn't even moving.
That's embarrassing.
That's so
as fuck.
embarrassing.
Everybody
Like,
standing there like
the
who?
crowd wasn't even moving.
Who is
They
this?
was like, who this chick is right here?
That's embarrassing as fuck.
So like, here go a little clip of her crazy ass.
Not the title is embarrassing herself. I'm upset.
Here she go.
Hold on, Dio on my feet, but I don't walk it off. Yeah, mustard on this beat, this shit taking off. Yeah, my brother keep it with him, he don't got it, they can't stop right here.
The crowd ain't even moving.
Diamonds ain't wet like Dory, dumping these niggas like Lori. Hold on. If you ice up the face, gotta ice up the back.
Oh, little Tink Tink.
What the fuck is she doing?
Little Tink.
What the fuck is she
She's
doing?
having a Mary J. Blige moment, y'all.
White American.
She tried everything. Oh, she ain't got no ass.
The crowd is like,
Who in the fuck is this? And some people
oh,
started
some
leaving.
people started leaving. I gotta put this clip in.
Who's
It's
her
video.
boyfriend?
The crowd is so dead. I think her boyfriend ASAP.
Oh yeah, it is.
This is so embarrassing.
Little
This is so
Tink.
embarrassing.
Little Tink.
So basically, that's the girl that I fuck who anybody. I can't trust nobody, and that's her song. And but when she got to roll out, this is my thing. Okay, let's start by saying, when you get bigger opportunities, I feel like everyone is so tempted to like play their newer music to try to get their name out there or whatever, to people who listen to their newer songs, because you can be a one-hitter quitter. She probably was just not trying to be a one-hitter quitter. She was like, here go my new shit, whatever. But it wasn't working,
done
baby.
the new shit.
So she
Shouldn't have
performed her
done the
new
new
music,
shit.
and she everybody was just in the crowd kind of like
Right. Barely moving.
barely moving. Motherfucker was leaving. This is the time you go to the bathroom.
Oh,
This is the time
It's that in
of the
between
concert.
artists.
This
I
like
got
the
you.
time
Let me
of
go
the
get some
concert.
food, some beer. We'll go to the bathroom.
Oh,
And then when my actual artists come on, me back here, right? Girl, that is embarrassing as fuck. Baby, next time that you go to do a show, boo, make sure, next time you go to do a show, boo, just make sure that you do the songs that people fucking know. Don't do no damn song that nobody fucking knows. All right? You do the most popular singles, and this is just artistry 101. You do the songs that people know you by, and then you introduce some new shit. You don't get them hyped to new shit when they don't know you. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. It's okay. She'll be all right. She might not recover because people's clowning the fuck out of her, but she'll be all right.
All right, and then what? A few shout outs I want to for the Rolling Loud. I want to shout out a few of the performances that I really enjoyed seeing on when I was researching these stories. Waka Flocka, dope ass performance.
Love
He
Waka.
actually performed with Rick Ross. That shit was dope.
Love me some Rick Ross.
I'm sorry, y'all. I love the baby, so his performance was dope too. But we about to get into it with him. Shout out to the baby. First of all, I don't care what y'all say. I feel like y'all just keep trying to come up with something for my boy, and it's just not working. But let's get into this story with the baby. Here goes the clip. We gonna let y'all listen to the clip on this one first before we get into it, because this is what the baby said at his concert before he performed the next song.
Show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put your cell phone like that up. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put your cell phone like that up. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that up. Be real about this shit. Yeah, keep it fucking real. Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker.
First of all, just
Right,
why?
It was the
why?
It was the DJ. That motherfucker said some of y'all be suspect as a motherfucker.
I honestly believe something happened right before he went on stage that made his ass get on stage and make that announcement.
Okay, good thing about our show is that it's from Thursday to Thursday, so we have time to talk to our friends and, get different opinion on it, because it is an opinionated show, y'all. Y'all ever feel like we pushing it, we going too far? That's because it's our fucking show. We can say we won't. I feel like, this is my opinion. This is not my conclusion, but this is my opinion. I feel like most hood niggas that you know,
I know.
They say they're homophobic. Most hood niggas are homophobic because they don't be on that gay shit.
They won't say it directly, but it's more like I don't fuck with that
yeah,
gay
like
shit.
I don't fuck with that gay shit or whatever. And I feel like that's what he was talking about. I feel like he was like, I don't fuck with that gay shit, and if y'all out there sucking dick in the parking lot, you know that's some straight up gay shit. But I feel like his DJ could have saved his ass with all this. He hate gay people, or he's going attacking gay people with saying something like yeah, bitches too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because bitches shouldn't be in the parking lot sucking dick either. Am I like, it's for real. Because the bitches shouldn't be in the parking lot sucking dick either. You feel me? He need a better publicist, because like somebody should have got on the mic like, bitches too. Like, bitches too. The fuck, because that would have made it so much better. So, T.I. had a comment about it, and T.I. said,
T.I. not allowed to say nothing else no more.
Don't come for my husband.
He not allowed to say nothing else.
Okay, so
no
T.I.
more.
said, if Lil Nas X can kick his shit in peace, so should the baby. And I feel like we know Lil Nas X been going on a big ass rampage, and he just released the new visual for the Industry Baby video. Him and Jack Harlow.
I haven't seen the video, but I like the song.
And that video is something. I'm talking about. He humping moon skies and shit. Like, so I feel like
y'all thought he was gonna be done after fucking the devil? Like, y'all thought it was over?
So that's what I feel. I feel like I get it. Like, I feel like it's kind of a hood nigga shit. And don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm not saying what he said was wrong or right. I just feel like it may have been taken out of content. Because, like, we know hood niggas don't really be on that gay shit. Like, they don't fuck with that gay shit. You ain't about to see.
That's what I'm saying. Something happened before that man got on stage. Some gay shit.
Somebody was sucking dick, but then
some nigga he wasn't expecting to be in the back sucking dick.
So let's go ahead and listen to the baby response to it. Because the baby did have a response to it.
I love him, and I'm not gonna stop.
I love the baby, and I don't give a fuck. Y'all shouldn't have been outside sucking dick.
Bitches too.
Bitches too.
Bitches too.
Bitches too. But that's what we gonna say. We gonna say y'all shouldn't. And should nobody be out there sucking dick?
At least not in the parking lot.
At least not in the parking lot. Like, get a
suck dick at home in the privacy of your
like, you
home.
feel me? Okay, so this is the baby response to where the fuck is my shit? Oh, let me open this shit up because it's probably on the side up here. This is the baby response to people talking about him and his gay shit. Like, he addresses it. Like, and I don't feel like he had to. Like, I feel like the baby go out of his way to address a lot of this bullshit that y'all put out there because he's a public figure. You feel me? Like, and I do have a gay friend, and I talked to him about it. He was just like, I don't feel like it's okay. You know, hood niggas shouldn't be. You know, hood niggas shouldn't be
speaking on the gay community.
Yeah,
and that's understandable. Y'all don't fuck with the gay community, so don't talk about it.
I get it, but whatever.
Suck dick wherever you want to suck dick.
All right.
I mean, I ain't opposed to suck dick in the park. Like, we just saying don't do it.
All right, let's listen to the baby response, y'all.
Weak ass internet. The one time I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. You know what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you on the internet or you bitter on the internet. It's not your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip from their goddamn crib on their phone. It just don't work like that. Like, you know, because regardless of what you talking about, how the internet been twisted up my word, me and all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turned the fuck up. I'm talking about my boy that was at the front of the stage, left over there by where I jumped at. Ask him, he got clips all on it. The whole night was recorded. We would turn the whole night. My boy had the crop top on, front row. Yeah, out there in that jungle, in the water.
Love you.
Yeah,
This is almost like a white person saying, I got black friends.
I saw him. I'm rapping them bitches.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah. The hell y'all talking about? Y'all.
He found one dude in the crowd that probably wasn't gay wearing a crop top. He said that was my nigga.
Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all listen to a little bit more of this because the reason why, because I got a little commentary as to.
I can't play with the baby.
The show is for the who paid the money and took the time out their life to come enjoy the show. Not you watching it on the internet at the crib. No, just get your tickets and come with the live show, Killer Gay and Straight. Don't let you.
Okay.
If you don't got AIDS,
There
put
you
a
go.
cell phone light up.
I ain't got AIDS. I can't make my cell phone light up right now.
Cell phone lights up.
But listen to
So
what
I
he
could
said.
drop my next home. I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up, gay or straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got an AIDS, stupid.
But what I think where it got...
Wait. Okay, so with T.S. Madison response, this is why I let that part play, because this is where I feel like we kind of stereotype groups of people, because if he did say that, why do we gotta make it seem like it's the gay people when he said you came here without AIDS? Because when he first said it, you was like, I ain't got AIDS. You feel me? Like you was kind of like, stand up, bitch. I ain't got them either. You feel me? And I feel like when T.S. Madison, she responded and she basically was like, really, the baby, you know, like all the fans that you have that is in the LGBT community, I feel like you she said, the baby, what's the reason? Do you know how many gays truly buy and stream your music, and do the amount of people who are living with AIDS and HIV that you attack for nothing? Then the gays support you at these events like you're not disrespect and like they're not disrespect.
I think they took it that he was aiming it at the gays, but anybody
and that's
can have
the
AIDS,
problem
y'all.
right there, because that's what my
HIV.
And that's what my friend said. He said honestly, I don't feel like it was right what he said, and maybe it could have been reworded it, and it's not giving him the okay because he's a hood nigga to be homophobic. No, but he did say he doesn't like and he's a gay man. He said I don't like the fact that they kind of connected the HIV thing to his gay fans. Because that's stereotyping. We, as straight people, you can have AIDS as well. Like, so I think that's where it kind of got taken out.
It got twisted to me is that there is a community of people that do have AIDS and do live with AIDS and HIV that are on, you know, PrEP and all this other stuff, all these different kind of medications that keep them alive, essentially. And I think they were offended. And I hate to say it, but majority of that community happens to be gay. So I get where the stigma comes from. I get the connection, but at the same time, like you can't just say like he identified one group of people and he aimed shots at one particular group. He aimed at the people that got HIV and AIDS. I'm sorry, sucks.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true, but I just feel like
the baby can't keep saying ignorant shit.
I know.
What it really
okay,
is.
I'm not
keep
here.
Saying ignorant shit.
I don't know. I'm just here for people. I feel like when people are in these roles, we tend to make them someone that they're not. Like because he's a public figure, you're trying to change this man and like he's just this other person. Like if he was homophobic before he became a rapper, he's still gonna be homophobic as being a rapper. I feel like we like, oh, because you're a public figure, you should change who you are. That's not the case. And he said like, we don't know what the next song that was played, and that's why I could not find a clip for the next song that was actually played, because he does have a lot of songs that's like sucking dick in the parking lot. Like he says that type of shit in his music. So we don't know what the other song that was playing.
I ain't gonna stop listening to the baby. I'm
sorry. And I feel like they keep trying to come up with something. When I'm
riding around in my 2008 Suzuki, I feel like a young child. Okay, I'm not gonna stop listening to the baby.
They keep bringing up shit for the baby.
Because they want to see him fail.
Yes.
They want to see him fail.
Like
he's a little nigga.
Before, if he's a hood nigga that was homophobic before he became famous, he's still going to be a hood nigga that's homophobic while he's famous.
That's true.
Period. Point blank. You cannot change these people. Just like when them people try to finesse him out that 200. Just because he rich don't mean he got to give you his fucking money.
And then, like I said, now y'all just reaching for anything.
Like anything. It's like you said, how the fuck is this become a situation?
Like they were, I was watching this podcast a couple days ago, and they were talking about, because you know he's got a baby on the way with I don't know her name.
Well, allegedly,
right?
Because she was the last person he, fucked.
So so we gonna go like this, but they were saying how he didn't come to the baby shower. My thing is that man don't know if that's his baby, right? At least allegedly. So until that baby get tested, you can't really force somebody, and it's just a damn baby shower, y'all. Like, let it go. Like, y'all really reaching for this man to fail.
Yeah,
and he's proving to y'all that I ain't going no fucking way.
It just became the thing that men came to baby showers. Back when they used to have baby showers, men
weren't
was
allowed.
not allowed at baby showers. They just became a thing where men come to baby showers.
Now
So
they're
now
like,
everybody
he
wanna
wasn't
be
at the
there.
baby shower. He don't care about his child.
Child,
And I'm like, who
She don't
the
even
fuck
know if
cares?
it is his child. What the F-U-C-K?
But my thing is like y'all just reaching for any old thing. I
definitely with my
let it
with
the fuck
baby.
go.
Because they started.
He
I'm
was
going
talking to the fact that the matter is being gay don't make you exempt from criticism, freedom of speech, and work both ways.
Thank
exactly.
you.
Yes, that's flat out the truth.
And that's and I feel like with TA's, but like it's kind of like two-sided with that, because you know T.I. over here like let the boy do what he want to do.
T.I. ain't allowed to say nothing no more.
And then T.S. Madison is over here like, oh, why did he say that about
T.I.
us?
out here
But like
kidnapping
she put
bitches.
that.
Him and his wife. They not
Okay,
allowed to say nothing no more.
Okay, guys, so we are headed to the halftime break. We are almost up from this first hour. We want to thank y'all so much for sticking around with us. Shout out to everybody that's all. We got 4 devices going right now, and there's 4 different
we got
platforms.
the YouTube going. We got
So,
IG live.
We want to thank y'all so much.
People
if
over
y'all
here in
want
the
to
corner.
find Taj, where can they find you at?
You can find me on pretty much any platform at Taj Wild. Again, that's TAJWILD, because y'all can't spell. And then you can also find me on Facebook at Taj Wilder, WILDER.
The fact she keep telling y'all I can't spell is so fucked up.
I can't spell.
You can find me at Famous Gems with a Z on all platforms. It is Famous Gems, FAMOUSGMZ. And Marty Margello. That is my radio personality name. Y'all know I went to school for broadcasting stuff. I used to be like, it's your girl Marty Margello up in this bitch. Like, all right, though. But we is about to take a halftime break. This is where we let
some
you
music for
play.
y'all.
We let y'all listen to some songs of choices that we've been listening to throughout the week.
You already know I pick my local artist. I'm staying humble to my local artist.
Okay, period. And since this before the halftime break, we actually had some great stories and conversations. We will do the small business shout out as soon as we come back from the break, and then we will actually hit on Taj's other story and my other story as well. So yeah, we have another person acting a damn fool somewhere. This place they chose to do McDonald's this time. So let's see what the hell they had going on. But we will be back YouTube after the halftime break. You know y'all can't listen to music. Welcome back from the halftime break. Sorry that y'all missing music, but we played Outside by MO3 and Trey Day. Anthem.
Well, it's Anthem Trey Day.
Okay. So take it away, Taj.
So we're going to do a couple small business shout outs. Y'all know we like to do these every segment. So first up is going to be my homegirl. She does skincare, healthcare. Definitely check out her blog page. She is like super mom. I love it. She also has an Amazon page that you guys can purchase all kinds of different stuff that she uses herself at home. She's just super dope, and I love the fact that she is an entrepreneur, and I want to make sure I spell her name correctly. It's Natalia Z, and that's NATALIAA.ZA. You can find her on IG. Again, it's NATALIAA.ZEA. She's dope.
And she did say that everything will be located in her bio. So if you need any information to what she has to offer, make sure y'all check out her bio.
Link, subscribe. She is awesome. Definitely follow.
Hey, I definitely, while we right here with this small business, I definitely want to give a shout out to my boy DJ Huey. He is a DJ I met on a different platform. He's dope as hell. He did a few parties for me when we had the panel. So make sure y'all looking up DJ Huey is How You Want It. I think that's your name on the other stuff too. Am I right, DJ Huey? Anyways, moving along. You better send me your information. Okay, and first of all, let's start with our business, of course. You know, famousgems.net. It is sponsored. This podcast is sponsored by my company. So make sure y'all go check out what I have on my website. And I also have it on social medias as well. Yes, you can buy through Cash App because y'all people don't like to go to websites. Your people need to get it together. It helps us with the inventory.
Okay, black women, black owned women businesses.
Yes. Transcend Jury, y'all know I always rocking my I got on my anklet today. Make sure y'all check out Transcend Jury. You can find that on social medias as well, on Instagram, Facebook, and they also do Cash App orders as well, custom orders. So check that out.
Yes, and then of course me, I have a small bartending business. I do private events. Check out my Facebook page, Taj Wilder, Wilder. My prices are really decent, y'all. I'm cheap.
Yeah, like we got good stuff for the low ski doski.
Yes, I also do homemade cocktails too. So if you're looking to just cater a party,
Dead ass, I be watching her story. She got a new cocktail every single day. I be like, oh, that should look so good. It be looking so good. Oh my gosh. Like, so yeah, make sure y'all checking all those small businesses out. One thing we need to do is realize we was just talking about Walmart and these big businesses. They got there from being small business first. Someone seen them and someone, know what they wanted to do and they reached out or they supported them, whatever. If you don't want to buy nothing, the least you can do is go to one of our social media pages and
follow, subscribe,
and share our stuff to your story. Because, if you don't want something, somebody else may.
And we just appreciate it.
And we appreciative.
And send us some more small businesses, you guys. We definitely want to keep giving shout outs.
Yes. And if you have a little quote that you want to say or tell us what you making or what you selling, you can send that as well. We'll read your little quote for you so you guys can have that. So the people don't be like, what the fuck am I supporting?
So yeah, let's get into it. So what? R. Kelly is back in the news, y'all. Like, we ain't tired of hearing about R. Kelly or from R. Kelly. There has been some new charges brought up against him. Apparently, he wasn't just after little girls. He was after little boys. So he is now being prosecuted with this new evidence, and there is video. Okay, and there's apparently more than one victim. So we're going to play a clip for you.
Prosecutors in the R. Kelly case say they want to include additional evidence now against the R&B singer, whose trial is set to begin in just 2 weeks. Our justice correspondent Candace Kelly is here with the details on that. Good Monday morning to you, Candace.
Good morning.
We've been waiting on this one. Good morning. But let's talk about what prosecutors want to introduce. What is it?
So prosecutors are saying that there's quite a bit of information. It's been making headlines all weekend. First of all, this was a 55-page document of information that they said they wanted to introduce into evidence. One of them was this whole idea that R. Kelly was also having sex with boys. Now, we have heard that he has had sex with young women, grown women against their will. But when it comes to young boys, this is the first that we have heard of this. The accusations are that he had met somebody in McDonald's, had sex with that young boy. The young boy, who was a teen at the time, introduced him to another person, and then they filmed each other having sex. So they want to get that information in. They also want to get information having to do with bribing of a Cook County clerk for $2,500. They say that they have audio evidence of a phone call between Kelly and his crisis manager where they discuss bribing this clerk. This happened after the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, and after that they were a little at odds about what information was out there. They figured this clerk would give them that information, and so they tried to bribe that person. And then finally, just other audio of what they say is R. Kelly abusing verbally and physically other young women. So a lot of information that I want to get in before this trial that begins on August the 9th.
So yeah, R. Kelly is a sick bastard, y'all. And it sucks that we literally brought charges up against him at one point. He literally had to go to court. They had video, everything, and we still let him off. And then we celebrated him as a people. We still bump his music. Like, he's sick. And he's a monster, and we do not. I'm at a place where I'm like, I cannot support that. I cannot.
I just feel like I'm not gonna lie. When it first was happening, I'm still like, okay, I'm still gonna bump the music. And I've spoke about this on a different podcast before, and the young man that I was with, he made a great point. I feel like maybe it's not for everyone, but he basically was saying that you have to separate the artist from the person. Because some people, we really never know what these people do behind closed doors, and we bumping their music. Just like, fucking Michael Jackson and all the shit that everybody else said that he did, whatever. I feel like this is something that I agree with. Sometimes we have to separate the artist from the person, because some people change who they are when they're in front of the camera. They a totally different person. Some people are very nice in front of the camera. When they get home, they are evil motherfuckers. So I feel like I agree with that. But then to a certain extent, like you said, the support in him makes him keep giving him this leeway to do things like this.
I mean, I feel like we gave him the leeway and it just got progressively worse.
I agree.
We need to start nipping some of this shit in the bud, especially when it comes to children. I can't speak for these grown-ass women that decide to do what they decided to do.
Right.
But these kids, that's you taking shit to a whole nother level.
And then to say that, and then for him to actually be a victim of what he's doing, it makes it so much more like sickening because he is a victim of sexual assault and he was a young man that was a victim of it. And for you to turn around and give that back to the society, I feel like it's a bunch of baloney. And I mean, he's in jail, so this time around they're actually going to make him, you know, suffer from. And I feel like if, like you said, for the first time when he did this the first time, if he was actually prosecuted, we wouldn't have as much music to bump for him. So because it was so get away with it, and when you let somebody get away with something for so long, they end up thinking it's okay. They eventually like, oh, maybe it is okay.
And then you gotta start looking like, I mean, this is almost like a Weinstein situation. You got to start looking at the people that surrounded themselves around him too. Like y'all knew this shit was going on, or y'all associated yourself with him, and y'all still kind of knew that there was some extra shit going on. But that's
what he just said. I'm sorry, what's his name? Polo.
Elvis was doing the same shit.
A lot of people are doing the same thing, and that's why I said sometimes I feel like we should separate the artist from the person. You know, just like the baby. I feel like he is homophobic, you know?
Definitely.
But am I still gonna bump his music? Yeah. Absolutely. That's when I separate the artist from the person.
But I mean, in those situations, yeah. But when it comes to this, nah.
Yeah, Elvis was doing the same shit. A lot of these people was doing the same shit.
I don't rock with Elvis. So, when it comes to kids and molestation and all of that shit, yeah, you kind of have to be like, where do we draw a line as a culture and as a people?
But then again, I feel like with when it's not a race thing until we make it. But when we make it a race thing, because there's so many of the whites that's doing the same thing, and they're not getting caught up, they're not in prison, they're just walking around like everything is blatantly okay. So I feel like that's when we make it a race thing, when we feel like we are being treated differently than the white man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's kind of fucked up. I feel like all of the sexual abusers should be in jail, period. Point blank. There should not be them walking around thinking everything is okay, still making movies and still making music. But like you said, if we would have nipped this in the bud when it first happened the first time, he was, convicted. Well, he was charged because he was charged. He was tried. And the first time he was charged, if he was actually convicted of it, he wouldn't be where he's at right now. We wouldn't be having this story, and so this is the time that they're going to nip it in the bud. But shit, he's 50.
That's what I'm saying. It took way too long to get to this point. Took way too long to get to this point.
His career already shot through the roof, and I feel like they said that. With the Bill Cosby situation, if him and R. Kelly didn't have a chance to actually sit down and make sense of what's really going on, that's their fault too. I feel like they should the crime should match. I mean, the punishment should match the crime. Not saying he should be in there getting raped and shit. Okay, because I feel like I'm saying they should. No, he should be in classes. He should, it's like because when he first was on the story with Robin, he spoke about how he was sexually abused. I feel like that stuff sticks with you, and with him start to make money at a young age, he kind of was able to push that stuff behind him and kind of do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but then it comes out in a really. This is why people need therapy. Yeah. People need to get therapy.
Mental illness is real in the African American community.
Because look how it came out. Because, everybody says, like, if you holding your anger for so long, it's going to come out in a really nasty way. Same situation. Like, you suppress that shit for so long, it's going to come out in really fucked up ways. But now you're fucking up other people's lives. So you have to pay the cost for that. And I agree, the punishment should fit the crime. But I don't know about...
Well, yeah. Right. The punishment with therapy and stuff like that. And I feel like just like with the mass shootings and like that, they always say, oh, it's mental illness or whatever. These people's homes are really fucked up. Like, for real. Sometimes you need to nip it in the bud when you first see it. When you first see the people, someone around you that you love is reacting a different way, I feel like you should really help them. This is a problem. But anyways.
Let's get into something lighter.
Let's get into something lighter. As we were speaking about before the break, Todd's story when the person was in Walmart acting a fucking fool. Of course, we have another one. We actually get one of these at least once a week. I think we should have like a segment. What place did they fuck up this time? But this is more like a a Larry, because it's a man.
Not a man.
The story is a McDonald's customer has a violent outrage reaction to an incorrect Happy Meal order. I think they gave him nuggies.
Girl, now he got upset over a Happy Meal. Ain't that like $5? Why is this grown man upset about a Happy Meal?
Okay.
He must got kids, because I understand that. Like, why the fuck y'all get this right the first time?
All right. And it's in Canada, by the way.
I was waiting for my food. Look at all how fast the cars are going through, and then look how long I waited. Okay, you can suck my dick, and then we'll talk later. I paid for food, and I paid for food. I paid for food, yeah?
Oh, nah, he cut up. Oh my god. Ooh, not, what's a dumb fuck? $5
He is cutting this shit up. Oh, this dude ran out to make sure he wasn't fucking with his bike.
I was like, why he run outside like that?
Okay, so this McDonald's customer was really violent. He started throwing the cash registers and the shake machines and stuff that be in the front because they messed up his order and he wanted a refund. And I think they was actually trying to fix the order and she was like, no money, basically. And I think it was a language barrier there because she was basically like, no money, and she was gonna fix the order, but he decided to destroy the whole restaurant.
He said he'd been waiting in line, so he decided to come in.
Yes, so he was in the drive-thru, so he decided to come in, and he's talking about, I want a fucking refund. And she was like, no money, no money. So
$5 Happy Meal.
Yeah, so it was over Happy Meal. I feel like this is where we gotta become adults. We get so overreact. We overreact to a lot of things, and it's be simple stuff. It's like.
I don't know, but I'm very much in a weird space of you never know what somebody's going through, and I'm not saying that he was in the right of doing, because that was the utmost.
He said, "No, you can suck my dick,
but
and
you
give me
don't,
my money back." Why
I
gotta suck your dick?
You just don't know what that man was going through. Maybe he was just having a fucked up day, and that Happy Meal took way too long to get to him. No, he was right.
Thank you. I said that. What's up, Kelly? But yeah, us as adults, I feel like we kind of gotta get better self-control. Definitely nowadays, things are like, but people are so much more dangerous. Like, I feel like you never know what people are going through. Like, people walk in with guns and knives and start doing dangerous things. And I mean,
what he did was essentially dangerous because you didn't know what was back there.
He started throwing stuff at them. And I feel like that
somebody could have got really hurt. I mean, luckily they didn't, but somebody could have.
Nope, he was right. Over a Happy Meal, over a $5 Happy Meal. That day could have changed somebody's life. He could have really hurt somebody.
I value money, but I don't value money like that.
Much. No, yeah. I feel like I value my freedom more than anything. I would pay for my freedom.
I'm not cutting up, and nobody will.
And that was hella like, that was a lot. Like, okay, that wasn't just like a little bit of pity pat. He started throwing shake machines.
He was pushing shit off the counter,
pushing shit and throwing shit at people. I feel like that was a lot. So
over a $5 Happy Meal. It's the principle.
It's not principle.
It's not the principle.
The principle is staying out of jail. Shit.
I mean, but he walked out clean. He got to go home. That story don't end the same for everybody.
Yeah, it definitely don't.
No, I'm not turning up in nobody McDonald's over no $5 Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Now, if we somewhere expensive,
okay,
I might turn up a little bit. I'm gonna keep it classy and cute, but if you fuck up my order, we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna make sure my money, like if he okay, doing all that extra shit, he could have told him to suck his dick and all that. That would have definitely made me give you a refund. Like, if I'm behind the counter, you tell me, like, oh, bitch, suck my dick, get my money. I'm be like, okay, I'm going to just give you money. I don't want to be sucking nobody's dick in the parking lot. You know, the baby said we should be sucking dick in the parking lot. Y'all got to remember these stories. We should not be sucking dick in the parking lot. And so, and it's my job, so I can't do it right here. You feel me?
Yeah, that's funny as fuck.
But yeah, I feel like self-control is definitely underrated. Just like mental health is underrated in every community. Fuck the black. All people have
so
it.
So you gonna take the BS order? I'm just not gonna be pressed about no $5 motherfucking.
No, I'm not. I want my shit back. I would have. This is what I said when he said the first comment. Even though it was outrageous when he said "suck my dick and get my money back." Me as a customer service representative, I would have been like, "I got the point." I'm not sucking the dick, but I get the money back. You feel me? Because I'm not trying to be like the baby. I'm not trying to be like the people the baby was talking about at that concert. You feel me? So
he be alright.
But I feel like, and then no, let's go back to where people take their jobs too serious at these restaurants. I feel like as a customer service representative, you are right. I was a manager at KFC.
Oh, yeah, I never give a
I worked at Burger King. I was like, when somebody came in and I feel like they shit was fucked up, I always fixed it and made it. Unless they was being outrageous. Like this man was like, ain't no cheese on my burger. And we like, oh, you want us to just give you a piece of cheese? Nah, take it back and make it a whole new burger. You got me fucked up, bro. I ain't taking that shit back. I smack shit out you with this burger.
For real, I'm not.
And then he started talking about how broke we was and how we work here. And I'm like, boy, that ain't your card. That's some motherfucking. I started going up. I'm like, girl, that's one of your dope fees.
Again, not over $5. Like, I'm not doing all of that extra shit. Like,
the customer, no, that's not true. The customer's not always
right. I want my money back, but I'm not about to sit there and argue with nobody over.
So you telling me these Karens that come in these restaurants and do all that shit be right? That's not true. The customer's not always. Now, the customer should always have satisfaction. If you have to go ahead and buckle down and, be a little, BITCH and give the customer what they want, that's true. But they're not always right. It's not always right, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me? Like when we worked at the bar, some of them customers used to be tripping. They'll buy a mixed drink and be like, oh, it's not strong enough because it's mixed.
You ordered a cocktail.
It's mixed.
For those that don't know, a cocktail, you're not supposed to taste the alcohol. So if you're going somewhere and you want to taste the alcohol, you need to order an extra shot. Okay? Because there's nothing more irritating to a bartender is having a bunch of people talk about, oh, I can't taste the alcohol. Why the fuck did you order a cocktail? But that's not the point. And she's got a point. Like, the customer's not always right, but you need to check yourself too. Like, I'm not turning up in nobody's motherfucking.
And I'm not about to. And first of all, if I'm here working, I'm not about to lose my job over this one customer. Doing that bullshit. So let's be honest. I'm just about to just chuck that shit up to the game. All right, well, that was our 2 stories, guys. We're about to take the last break, which is our gag break. After the gag break, we're going to do the closing out. We will recap all the stories that we talked about today, so just in case you missed it, this is the time on the video after the gag break is to go ahead and just watch the rest of it because you'll get the tune of everything. You feel me? Don't forget to go ahead and follow us on all our social media platforms. You can find me at Famous Gems with a Z. You can find me at Marty Margello. And my Marty Margello pages are private, so
you will get
those are I don't really use those pages. I use my business page more than I use anything. So she'll tell you she got both of my pages. I use my business page more than I use anything because I'm trying to build my business platform. So with that being said, please follow me at Famous Gems with a Z, FAMOUSGEMZ. That is my business page. And check out my website. It's famousgems.net, y'all. We love y'all. Make sure y'all liking, sharing, commenting,
subscribing, follow.
But YouTube, because you guys cannot listen to music, we'll catch you right after the gag break.
Are you gonna keep dabbing on them? Oh, you can find me at Taj Wild. We said,
welcome back from the gag break, guys.
We're back.
We just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. This is episode 2. 2 Women, 2 Opinions. I'm so excited about this. Like, I've been having really good fun with you. Yeah, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. We don't want to keep y'all no longer than we already had y'all because y'all know y'all be getting irritable, hungry. Y'all booty be itching. Y'all need to go get in the shower, all that nasty stuff.
I know some of y'all ain't even got out the bed.
Right, some of y'all still ain't brushed y'all teeth. Gag on that. And we all
before it's well after 10 o'clock. You should have been brushed your teeth is all I'm saying.
Okay, and then on the East Coast, yo, it's like
if y'all still in the bed,
so it's like that's dirty. Let's be that dude off of that commercial when he's like, Everest, if you sitting at home on the couch right now looking at this commercial, not doing nothing,
go brush your motherfucking teeth right now.
Child, please.
All right, so let's wrap it up. So we started this segment off with
Keisha Cole mom. Keisha Cole
yeah.
mom passed away on her 61st birthday
Yes.
in Oakland, California. And Keisha Cole hadn't responded last week when we first touched on the story. She did respond. Basically, to sum it up, she just was saying how she's remembering her mom in the best ways. But definitely by the funny quotes that she used to say about people that were surrounded by her. We know Frankie had a great spirit, was well loved, and I feel like that's super dope that she's not taking the negativity from what people are throwing out there in the media. She's just loving her mom. She loving her mom. She loving every bit of the family. And she said one thing that stood out to me, and she said that she wanted all her kids to be together, and that's what they're doing now. Through all the differences, they was able to come together and loving and in memory of their mom. So I think that's pretty dope. So shout out to Keisha Cole, shout out to Frankie, and your family is definitely in our prayers.
Our next story was about the undercover cop that was at a protest and was beaten by his fellow coworkers, which happened to be white.
Just so happened to be
we
white.
just tired, y'all. As a people, we tired. Can we stop this? Can we figure out systems, reform systems?
Why
Can we
do
start
you
having
mean?
more neighborhood policing versus whatever the fuck this shit is? I'm tired.
Like you touched on earlier when we first spoke about it, I just want to close it out with, I agree that the police should be in more familiar neighborhoods. Not necessarily the neighborhood that you grew up in, but like more familiar. Even if you just now getting new to the neighborhood, maybe, you know, when you see birthday parties and things like that going on, don't have to always be a negative call. You come back and see the kids playing on the street. I would much rather see a police officer when I go outside and my niece and them playing outside and he's just saying hello or giving them stickers, because that's what they used to do when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We got rubber bands and stickers and all type of stuff from police officers.
The cops
It's
were
like
the good
their
guys when we were
fear to
kids.
stop and, you know, interact with the neighborhood. So I feel like we missed that, and we need to go back to the old days where it took a village. The cops was a part of that village. That I wasn't scared of police officers when I was a kid. We waved them down and asked for stickers and stuff. So I'm like,
my grandfather
let's get back
was a cop,
to that.
so I
had uncles and stuff that was sheriffs and cops, and I just feel like our kids are afraid to become them because they're afraid of them. So like, when we need to go back to, you can't beat them, join them. Shit, we can't beat them, so let's become them now. That's how I feel. Our next story after that was actually the police officer that from Caladina, police officer that was caught on tape throwing drugs in the backseat of a young black man's car. Luckily, this guy was live when it was happening, because it makes it kind of more of an open story that you can, it's open and closed. But of course, because he's a police officer, there's an internal investigation, and he's on leave. And I just feel like, we're closing on that, I feel like these cameras are saving lives nowadays. Social media is saving lives. As negative as it could be, it is a positive platform. I mean, it's an outlook. So I feel like whatever internal investigation that they have going on with that, he needs to be prosecuted, because this will be an example for the rest of the police officers, the men in blue, the brothers in blue, whatever you want to call them, that you can't, right. Yeah. And like, this so crazy, because my friends went to Mexico not too long ago, and he said that the police officer stopped them and said that they had weed and stuff on them. And he was like, no, we don't have weed. He was like, I'm holding in my bag, like, you can check. We don't have nothing on them. He said the officer looked at him like, you have marijuana. So basically he was like, you got it.
Repeat what the fuck I just
You got
said.
it.
Yeah.
You got it. So he was like, they basically told him, like, give me y'all got to pay a 16,000 peso charge, or, you know, go down to the precinct. So my friend was basically like, I feel like they was going to either frame us with it or, you know, something. Because the way he looked at me when I said, no, you can search everything, we don't have it. He said, you have marijuana. Basically, like, you got what I said you got. So going to the ATM, they end up with the 16,000 in American money. It was $900 they had to pay to be released to go to the airport. So I feel like the police misconduct, all this sneaky ass shit.
We can't speak about Mexico cops, but we can
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's how close it's like. So
very close
it's like
to home.
Everything is so close to home. It's hitting so close, and that made me think about it. It's like, damn, like, police all over. But you know, in Mexico, this is the thing that they know, like, the police in Mexico are
dirty. Yeah.
Dirty. But here,
I mean, it's a hit and miss. They dirty or they not, but it's very rare that they not. Anyway,
okay.
So the story after that, the Walmart employee that slapped a patron who came in to, purchase some stuff. She was accused of theft. She didn't steal anything. The woman walked up on her because she saw that she was filming and slapped her. Yeah, y'all gotta stop putting y'all hands on people because y'all gonna mess with the wrong or the right one, depending on the situation, and you're gonna get the shit beat out of you. So, I don't know. I definitely feel bad for the woman because maybe that's her local Walmart. That's someplace that she probably just runs in and out to all the time. She's probably never had those issues. I know it said she did an interview saying that she felt there was some trauma there. Like, not only do I get charged if I go back into that Walmart, but this woman also put her hands on me and there was nothing done. So I get the trauma in that sense. I don't know about physical trauma, but the mental trauma could be there.
I can say physical as well because you hit me and it feel like I wasn't allowed to hit you back, or it was going to be more. Do you feel like there would have been more if the lady would have hit her back? Because it was going to be a fight.
Oh, yeah.
The way the lady hit her,
if she would have dropped her phone, but she still would have been in the wrong. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I feel like the trauma comes in with the physical.
As if she was already in the wrong, and she wasn't. She's like, I didn't steal anything. I came here and purchased my shit, and you walked up on me accusing me of theft. So the situation wasn't even initiated by her. So, I don't know. I'm very much in the space of...
Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong. And stop putting your hands on people.
And she should have been... I feel like, because my conclusion is the lady should have been dealt with in front of her because she was dealt with in front of the lady. That lady should have had some kind of repercussions. They do these suspensions or whatever. This could have been her first time ever being written up. I don't say necessarily a fire because I don't think nobody should lose their job. And we said, we don't know what kind of day people have. I don't.
True, but I think but that's the repercussions of your action. Like you said, the punishment's got to fit the crime. She should have been fired. Hey. Sorry. At least you're not getting prosecuted because that woman could have pressed charges because you put your hands on
And that's what she should have done. Like, if you can't be on the property, she should have just pressed charges. But I feel like I said, if it was me, I would have dogged that bitch through the whole Walmart. Period.
Okay. I would have been on somebody's world star page.
Yes, we would have been all over TikTok, TikTok.
She would have swung. It wouldn't even have been like something I thought about. It would have just been reaction. She swung, I swung after.
Yes. So, okay. The next story that we touched on after that was the Rolling Loud story.
We don't know who you are, Coy
Leray. Baby Girl has 2 big songs. The No More Party song, which both of her songs really did get popular on TikTok. So, like, pull up in the... And something.
Right.
So, she kind of performed a song that nobody knows, which, I mean, a lot of artists do that because... A lot of artists do that, but yeah, I feel like they're bigger artists. And when you have a larger fan base, I may not know the song because I may be listening to what's on the radio, but you may know it because you listen to her a lot. She don't. I don't feel like she have that fan base.
She didn't have that.
So
you're not Jay-Z, baby.
Then we had a story about the baby. Basically, what he said was he hope nobody has HIV, and he hopes niggas ain't sucking dick in the parking lot. And bitches too. I'm his girl, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the and bitches too at the end because if we would have had that in there, we wouldn't be talking about it because people like T.S. Madison kind of took it like he was talking about the HIV and the AIDS for the gay community, which is fucked up. You can't stereotype them to only the gay community having HIV and AIDS, and I feel like that's kind of fucked up. Yeah, she's not Jay-Z at all. But then T.I. had a comment and said that Lil Nas X shouldn't be if he doing his thing, baby should be able to do his thing. And in conclusion with that, I feel like if he was homophobic before he became a rapper, he's going to continue to be homophobic, and this is where we have to separate people and artists. Because if you don't want to hang with him as a friend, perfectly fine. I'm still going to be in that bitch. The baby. Alright, slanging 380.
Personally, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna keep bumping his music. Okay, I feel super thuggish when I'm riding around bumping his shit. I'm going to keep supporting him. As far as like, I get it from the HIV/AIDS community. Y'all felt attacked, and I hate that. Most of that community happens to be gay, so. Yeah, he shot a shot, but again, we didn't even hear the song, so I don't even know what most of those references were to. So maybe we needed the full story.
Yeah,
again,
and then what he said it on his response. He said,
"Stop giving these celebrities more of your energy than you need to.
Right.
You don't know these people.
These people don't have to change because they're in a different position. He's still gonna be the same person he was when he was in his mama's house banging other people.
You don't know these people, so stop acting like
right.
you do.
So stop acting like you changing people because you're not. Because he obviously, when he responded, he said he really don't give a fuck. Honestly. Okay. And he said, I'm only responding to this for my fans.
Hello.
So if you're not his fan, he don't give a fuck about your opinion, basically.
At all.
Our next story.
Oh, it's the R. Kelly story. R. Kelly is back in the headlines because apparently he wasn't just manipulating older women and younger women and teenagers, so on and so forth. He also has been accused of messing with young men. There is evidence now, there's tapes, and there was more than one victim. I'm just tired of R. Kelly, and I just wish we would stop supporting him. Like, can we? I don't want to walk into a bar somewhere or into a lounge somewhere and then hear "Step in the Name of Love." I'm sorry, I'm done with it.
This is why it's two women, two opinions. I have I'm torn because that's my grandmother's favorite song. I still be stepping in the name of love. Mm-mm. This is where I separate the artist from the person. Would I go kick it with R. Kelly? Hell no. Mm-mm. Would I go have drinks with him? No. I don't give a fuck how famous he is. But would I step in the name of love? I sure
you would get kidnapped.
Bitch, she better not kidnap me.
Your ass would be in one of them dungeons.
But listen though, this the thing though. All those girls was free. They was manipulated.
Them grown women. I don't know. We don't know.
They was manipulated. But this is where it goes to the Dominic story when she said he used to have her dress up as a boy and do stuff when they had sex.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was all over the Surviving R. Kelly. So the young lady Dominic, I feel like maybe with that, people should have already catch heave that he do like little boys because the simple fact that he actually used to have her dress up and stuff as a but she was a stud though. She was a tomboy, but he used to have her dress up.
But he picked her for that reason. Yeah. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
he did pick her for that reason. But that's the thing. I'll separate the artist from the person. I will not ever see myself dabbing up R. Kelly like, yeah, you my boy, you out there doing your thing. No, but yes, I will be stepping in the name of love in the near future.
As soon as you leave, bitch.
As soon as I leave here, you know what? I'm gonna go step.
I'm not.
All right. Okay. And last but not least, the final story was another erratic person. This was actually in Canada, so this is kind of.
This is not
different for Canada. This not us, so don't put this person on us Americans.
Okay,
take your people, Canada. So basically, a McDonald's customer was very violent. He threw shake machines.
He threw the whole McDonald's.
Right, registers and everything because they messed up his Happy Meal and he wanted a refund. And I feel like there was a language barrier in there because she was saying no money, and he was like, suck my beep. And give my money. Once somebody tell me to suck they beep, I'm not trying to be in the parking lot like the baby said. So I'm gonna go ahead and get your money. Like, this is where customer service pop in. I feel like
she was about her money. She said, "We keeping your $5."
We keeping your money.
And she did. And she did because he didn't get no money.
No, he didn't get no money because he ended up leaving. So and then let's go back to that because like, what's the whole point of you acting like that and you don't get nothing?
It's childish, y'all. It's not attractive at all.
Hell no, you look like
if you are having those kind of tantrums in public, you
like
need
get
help.
Over yourself.
See a therapist.
Seriously, yeah. Therapy is open, guys. I bet you it's more people in therapy now than ever. So when you go in a lobby of a therapist's office, you may see your friend there because it's a lot of people.
That man needed therapy. That man right there needed therapy.
Anyways, guys, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in to Two Women and Two Opinions. We about to go ahead and close it out. I really, 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 really need to reiterate this. I don't care what the hell Todd's talking about. Please find us on our social media platform and go ahead and like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff because that's the only way you know when the show is going to start. She posts on her Instagram more than anything.
So follow me on all of my platforms at Taj Wilder, TAJWILD. You can find me on Facebook, TAJWILDER. I'm on everything as the first handle. So come peep me, come subscribe, come follow.
Yeah, so you can find me at Famous Gems, FAMOUSGEMZ. She keep making me think that y'all can't read, so Famous Gems with a Z.
That's how you
my
know she
website
high.
as well.
No, I think
And
y'all
you can
can
find
spell. I'm sure y'all can read.
I mean, spell.
That's how y'all get
Listen,
here.
y'all, on our gag breaks and stuff, I be hitting the blunt, so whatever. And then make sure you find us on Spoon. It's just like the utensil. Spoon, 2 women, the number 2 women, the number 2 opinions. We're trying to figure out today our ID number so y'all can easily find us.
It'll be way
but
easier too,
it's gonna be way easier, but we couldn't figure nothing out and they was being really difficult with giving us arts. You feel me? So make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel and YouTube, we out.
IG, have a good day.